Hey gang, so today is a really fun one. I am a huge Christmas nerd. In fact, like, I've got Rudolph on my arm. My mother was a huge Christmas nerd, and that made me a huge Christmas nerd. I passed on the tradition, and our whole family is sometimes annoyed by my Christmasifying of things. Actually, just my wife. So, anyways, I have the 01 EDC mini Christmas slider, and I couldn't be happier with this thing. I wish I could keep it. I wish it was mine, but the person who loaned it to me needs it back, and I don't blame him. So let's go have a quick look. We'll put it onto the camera. We'll see what makes it tick. Man, it's getting cold in here though. It's really not. It's just special effects. Looks good though. All right, here we go with something I absolutely love and wish I had gotten when it first came out. This is the Merry Christmas 2-click slider from 01 EDC. Let's get in there. We get all of our, let's see, can we see that? Merry Christmas, Zirk 21 of 60. I don't think there's anything else on either side. Now, this thing is such a cool idea. I love this. The only thing that would have made this better is if there's a little bit of color on here. That would have been pretty amazing if they had like kind of, you know, a little highlight Christmas color. That's the only thing I find with Zirk that makes it, I love the feel of Zirk. You know, just sort of the texture is always nice. It sort of feels like good quality, but you lose a lot of these design elements unless you're looking at it in a certain light and the angle. So even here, right? Like if I'm turning it, you can kind of see it, but if it's flat on, it's a little tougher to see. Same with the other side. So that's just, I mean, literally, there's no complaints about this. I love this thing. I know that 01 has issues with magnets popping out. I get it. I've run into it with my Starry Night. I had that with the magnetic, the accessory insert, but I just popped it out. I'm not saying it's okay, but it was an easy fix for me. I just popped it out, cleaned out the hole, re-glued it in. I think anything you buy should show up perfect. That's just the way of things. Like you spend your money. It's not like I'm sending them broken money, so I'm not expecting a broken product. However, the fix is pretty simple, or at least it was in that case. I'm going to open this up and just show you, for anybody that hasn't seen how these 01 sliders go together. So this is just a tiny little Phillips, and we're going to open it up. So the way these work is these are just top plates. Which allows you to change the plates, right? So you can change your plate, and you can also separate. So let's take off, there's one plate. Let's take off the other plate. There we go. So I have both my plates, and this is the kind of functional part of the slider. This is where the magnets are glued in. And you can see that both sides are attached with a screw. Right? So let's get that one off. And then I'm going to just go to one click so that I can actually pull the post. Now, see, actually, I don't know if you can see that, but on the inside here, there's a tiny little half circle, little groove, kind of dug into the middle of the post. So that just sort of lets you pull it off. And that's how you get to your magnets. So if you have an issue with magnets getting loose or popping off, this is the way to get at them. I find this is the cleanest way, is to just separate everything, right? Take the plates off. It takes a second to do it, but then it just gives you an easier surface, especially if you're gluing. You don't want to risk getting glue on your Zerk plates and things. But then that's it. So pretty easy to access. And then you just get them back on. Now, of course, it's the same with the other side. We don't need to see the other side. And then just goes back in. Just want to make sure that it's going in nicely. There we go. And sometimes, you know, you can go a little looser on them to make sure it's got kind of a nice action on it. But it should be flush. So let's make sure we're flush here. There we go. And then what you can do is just pop your plates on before you screw them back in. Just pop the plates on and make sure that everything is feeling good. And that's it. Then once you're sure, right, it's got nice smooth action to it still, you haven't over tightened your screws, then you can go in. Oh, the other thing, make sure your plates are on in the right direction. There we go. They're both facing up. And then you just reattach. So again, some products I have a tolerance for in terms of if something goes wrong, and I don't mind fixing it just because of that. I like the feel of the GEEONE EDC sliders, right? They feel great. Of course, that was the guy that used to design Mackie products. So I'm not sure why they would always have issues with the glue with magnets when they didn't before with any of the CP sliders, but who knows? But this is, I love this mostly. Well, one, like I said, I'm a fan of the movement of these. I really like how they feel. But also, I am a huge Christmas guy. We decorate, well, I should say I decorate like crazy. Starting from December 1st, the house gets vomited on with Christmas decorations everywhere. I have a big Christmas village that I put together every year. Started it with my kids, and I use the kids as an excuse to say, babe, I think we should do this. And then it became clear very early on that this had nothing to do with the kids' joy, and that it was my obsession with this little village. Kids like it, though. My daughter still helps. At 14, she still helps set it up with me every year. So, yeah, I mean, this thing hits me right in the heart because I love the feel of it, but I also, I love that it's Christmas. I mean, clearly, like I showed the tattoo before, I've got like Rudolph on my arm. You know, Christmas is always kind of a tribute to my mother too, who passed away in like 2000. But she raised me as, you know, an insane Christmas nut. Like love Christmas. My favorite holiday ever. So that just kind of got imprinted on me. So when I saw this, the issue, of course, is the cost, right? These aren't cheap, but so cool. So I love this. A friend loaned it to me to review. Thanks so much. I was wondering about buying it off him, but he is keeping this because, of course he is, because it's awesome. So that's it, guys. That is the GEEONE EDC Christmas, I guess the mini slider. I don't know what you call it. All right. Thanks for watching.